Well, it's always very difficult for me to know where to start. With an introduction like this to the Bonfire Burn-up, do I start on a sad note by saying this is the mark of the end of the season? We have had a fantastic 1999 season. But I can't start on any sad note at all, because we know that if the weather's good for us this time of year, the track here at Tunbridge is absolutely fantastic. Now, the one thing I've got to say is really the people behind the scenes here at Tunbridge do put so much effort into the track, because the riders know that if the conditions are terrific, the racing is absolutely superb. Now, you may notice something a little bit different as you watch the racing this afternoon, that yes, we've seen good racing at Tunbridge before, but what they've actually done is they've gone for 100% on-track starting. Now, it means that at this bottom end, where we used to have the starting grids, we've now got boards all the way round. It means that we can have crowd all the way round. And as you would have expected, with the weather today, the fantastic lineup, the crowd has already started piling in. We've started practice, and I couldn't help smiling to myself a moment ago by thinking, why are so many of them out there so quick to practice today? The reason is that the entry is absolutely world class. We have got the #1 in the world, Gerd Riss, riding here for the very first time at Tunbridge, and he promises to go well. He is such a fantastic rider. The competition against him from Australia and from the World of Speedway, Jason Crump. Now, Jason rode second here last year, so he certainly knows his way round. Paul Hurry, we saw him last weekend have a fantastic meeting by winning in front of Joe Screen. They're both here. It really is so unpredictable this afternoon that the racing, I feel, is just going to be tip-top. And before I close, I've got to mention the sidecars, of course. They're all here. Can John Halsey cap off a fantastic season? He's won the big ones. He is the British Masters champion. This one he would love to win. Well, there's plenty in the pits there wanting to stop him. And there's plenty of engines absolutely set up for this track. And I know that I can predict for you that through this race programme this afternoon, we are going to see some fantastic racing. So, the 1999 Bonfire Burn-up, the last of this millennium. Lots of things are supposed to happen at the end of this year, but one thing for sure, today we are in for some cracking racing. So the very first time here at the Bonfire Burnup track, we've got the #1 world champion, Mr. Gerd Riss. Gerd, my very first question to you is, your first impressions of this circuit?
I did some practice before, 3 laps. I think it's one of the best grass burn where I ever ride it. It's very nice, very smooth, it's grippy all the way around. I think it's beautiful.
Well, fantastic to hear you say that, Gerd. There are so many people in the crowd here today that are so pleased to see you here. Newly crowned as world champion, of course, we shouldn't forget that. But there's a lot of strong competition here today, isn't there?
Yeah, and also the problem is, normally my season finished 3 weeks ago. I had no meetings the last 3 weeks. Now I have to start again. I will do my best today. I will go good, and I hope I can, in the end I can stay very high on the top.
Well, of course we do as well. We know the capabilities of you, Gerd. We know that you've got the right equipment, and I'm very pleased to hear you say that you are impressed with the circuit. I think that all I can do at this moment in time is wish you the very best of luck, and I hope that we'll be speaking to you later on today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
It's going to be very difficult for me to pose the questions, but Paul Hurry, you've been out there for 2 practices, I understand already. What's the track looking like?
Very good, it's very consistent, which is normally unusual for this place. But yeah, it should be good. I think there'll be quite a lot of close racing because the corners are a bit tighter than normal. So yeah, it's good.
And although it's easy for me to say really with a lineup like this, there are so many people that could be on that rostrum tonight. I mean, we saw you have a fantastic ride last weekend. You must be, in the crowd's view, one of the favourites this afternoon.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I've had a couple of good grass tracks now. And I sat down and talked to Dad after last week. And like he said, you was riding good, and what do you want to do next season? And I said, yeah, I want to do grass track. But at the same time, I want to do Speedway and get a bit further up the field in that. So yeah, I've really got to prove myself in these last 2 meetings. When it was mentioned that maybe this will be my last Bonfire Burn-up if I don't do any good again. So I seem to have a bit not so good luck here every time I ride. So we'll just see how it goes today, and I'll be out there to enjoy myself. And if I can, then maybe a result will come my way.
Well, fantastic to hear that, Paul, because I'm sure there are, as I say, going to be a lot of crowd out there. We know you're doing well in the Speedway world, but we really would hate to lose you from meetings like this because, you know, whilst we've got a few of the big names here from Speedway, really it's the long trackers, isn't it, that are going to do the work here this afternoon?
Yeah, they say like the Speedway boys can adapt to these sort of tracks, but in the end it's going to be who's rode the Grasstrack bikes the most this year. And yeah, you've got Gerd Riss and Bernardino and Matthias Kruger and Scully that have all been flying on these sort of tracks abroad. So yeah, there's quite a few that can be in with a shout at the end of it.
Well, indeed, and of course, looking back at the results on this season, you had that fantastic win down there at that enormous track at Marmande. That must be something that's in everybody else's minds as well, that they know you're capable, Paul.
Yeah, I think most people know that I'm capable of doing it, but it's just doing it on the day. And yeah, like you look back over the record this year, Kelvin's beaten Gerd once, Robert's beaten him once, and I've beaten him twice, so it could be 3rd time lucky.
Well, you never know. Paul, wish you the very best of luck, mate. I do honestly believe you're going to be in there with a shout, so fingers crossed for all the luck to go your way today.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Well, I talked a moment ago about really what you could term as being track riders, the long track riders, etc., that we see on the continent, and one man that really I think could put a view on that, Steve Schofield. Have you been out for practice yet?
Yeah, I've been out for practice. Track seems quite nice, and yeah, it's good. Tonbridge Club made a good event here, and it looks very good.
Well, of course, we look forward to this event as being effectively the finale of the season, but it really is one that everybody wants to win, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone wants to win the meeting because it's a right tough meeting, but yeah, you are right, it's the end of the season, and it's always nice to go away with a good win if you can, so we'll be trying our best, and hopefully at the end of the day it'll be ours, but we have to wait and see.
Well, now, something I was talking to Paul Hurry about a few moments ago was that we've got the mixture of really what I call track riders and Speedway riders here this afternoon, but do you think it really is going to be a scrap between the top names like Gerd, yourself and Paul?
No, not really. I think everyone's in with a shout because it's quite a fast track, it's nice and smooth, it's nothing stupid, ridiculous and rough, you know, so I think it could be anyone's day. There's a lot of good riders here, and yeah, it's going to be tough.
Going to be tough indeed. Thanks ever so much for having a quick word with us, but honestly all I can say at this moment in time is wish you the very best of luck, Steve.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Cheers.
It's a couple of times that we really have had a fantastic season, and when I look at the sidecar class, a lot of the comments around the circuit are that so many of the sidecar drivers are all on par with each other now that we just can't predict really who's going to be doing the winning. So I wanted to grab a chance to have a quick word with one of the crews that a lot of people have been noticing coming up through the ranks now. Kenny Howell and John Richards, great season for you.
Yeah, pleased with it really. We've made most of the finals. We're getting more consistent as we go on, and hopefully, you know, we can get there if we can keep trying.
Now, I'm not going to rely on my memory to try and remember things like this, but is this your first visit down here to Tunbridge?
No, we done the Battle of Britain this year. Last year we done the Bonfire Burnup, but we blew our engine last year, so we finished 4th in the final here at the Battle of Britain, and hopefully, all being well, we can improve on it today.
Well, indeed. And John, let's bring you in and have a quick word, because obviously, looking as a spectator, it does look as if it's a fantastic track for passengers. Do you enjoy it?
Oh, it's brilliant. It's so smooth. You can concentrate on what you're doing, not worried about where the next bump is.
Absolutely right. But obviously, when we look at the lineup here this afternoon, it's tough, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but I mean, you're racing with them all the time, and the only way you can ever beat them is be with them all the time, and hopefully you just got to go out there and try your best.
Well, indeed. I wish you both the very best of luck. I think it is going to be some fantastic racing this afternoon. Competition's tough, but let's hope you're up there amongst them.
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, of course, going through that list of sidecar drivers, really I've got to say that it suits the sidecars. We know there's some fantastic racing, but one man who it could be suggested is on form at the moment, winner of the Grand Slam last weekend, Rob Wilson, looking forward to today.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Jim, yeah, we always look forward to this one. I mean, it's an excellent track, and to be honest with you, I think everybody seems to go very well around here. It's lovely, it's smooth, there's not a better track in the country, to be honest with you.
Well, indeed. Of course, that one thing that does do, though, is put everybody on par, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the problem. Like I said, the 18 sidecars that you've got here today are obviously probably potentially there's 18 that could win it really at the end of the day. You know, we all got the same equipment thereabouts, so yeah, I mean, it's going to be a hard day really.
Well, a hard day's racing, but do you think perhaps some of this experience of riding in the big German tracks, etc., will put you and one or two others just that little bit ahead of the rest?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think so, but yeah, I mean, I've got no problems with the on-track starts, to be honest with you. I think they're quite good, so it doesn't worry me, where probably some of the other guys that haven't done it, perhaps they're a little bit, you know, a little bit worried about it.
Well, that's right, and well, we never know. Perhaps that could be the little thing that will give somebody the edge to do the winning, but one thing I think you will agree with me is it's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of hard racing out there this afternoon, and it's going to be very interesting to see who we get up there on that rostrum at the end of the day.
That's right. I mean, it's always tough, so it's another day's racing, really.
Brilliant. Well, let's hope we'll be speaking to you later on, Rob. Very best of luck, mate.
Great. Cheers, Jim.
See now that the scene is set for what promises to be a fantastic bonfire burn-up. There is one small angle in the sidecar field that I really want to let you know about, because we are now getting towards the start of the meeting. But whilst I was walking around the pits, I was trying to decide who I'd have a word with, who I'd ask what it was like, and I've discovered that John Halsey, who's had such a fantastic season this year, is worried at the moment. He's got problems. There are all sorts of people in his pit area trying to sort out what it is. It's nothing major. They think that it's just that it's not picking up power quick enough. So they are trying to change plugs, electrics, fuel lines and everything. So that's added a little bit of a twist in the story, I think, of the 1999 Bonfire Burn-up, because whilst I've had a word with one or two of them, as you've already seen, we now know that there are problems in the pits, and as always with this sort of racing, if you're not on song and you are losing that little bit of power, you're not going to be up there on that rostrum. So a little bit of a twist in the story this afternoon, but watching practice out there this morning, it's fast, it's furious, it promises to be a fantastic end to the 1999 season. He got the British title, he went down to do a benefit meeting at Exeter Speedway, and although he didn't know it immediately, a few days later discovered that he had broken a bone with his hip. So disappointing that Calvin isn't riding this afternoon, but please show your appreciation as he comes round. And that shows you the camaraderie there is between these riders across Europe now. Number one, Gerd Riss, riding that bike around this track for the very first time here at Tunbridge. And making sure that Kelvin Tatum comes round with him. So the rest of the riders now coming out onto the circuit. I'll pick them up for you as they come round, because I really would like to hear a very big round of applause and a cheer for the world number one, Gerd Riss, and of course, our very own Kelvin Tatum. Official program changes, because you may have noticed number 51 is an additional reserve. That's Torquin Elmike, who has joined the lineup. Vince Kinchin goes past me. He's riding number 8 this afternoon. Number 19, terrific to see Anthony Suave on the Tunbridge circuit. Number 50 is another one of the reserves, that's Phil Ambrose. Number 18 is Zednak Schneiderwine, and terrific to see European champion Zednak here this afternoon. 15, Matt Reed, one of the up-and-coming youngsters. Number 13, John Underwood as well. And it's terrific to see all these youngsters out here competing with these top stars. Number 7, Bernd Dana from Germany. I hope you noticed as he came round. Number 17, Joe Steen. Difficult not to spot Joe, isn't it? Number 3, stopping to have a quick word with Kelvin Tatum on the finishing line here, is of course Steve Schofield. And he's had some terrific results in meetings here at the Burnup. Really, that we shouldn't forget, Steve Schofield has won the Burnup title 4 times. Now, nice to see number 14, Malcolm Simmons. A big word is competitors that's been riding for quite a few years, but he's not embarrassed about it at all. Now, of course, is number 12, Throw-Banks. Number 20, Herbert Rudolph, I saw go by. A promising young star from Germany. Nice to see that Herbert is making the trip over here to compete in the Bonfire Burnup. If I missed any of those, I noticed they've gone around for a second time, so you should get a chance to pick them all up. Have you been taking with it yet? Number 5, Ferrari. Sure, there's a lot of fans here this afternoon hoping that you can do it. Right. Stopping the world number 1. Is it going to be as simple as that? Will it be a case of it? Will it be as quick as Gerd Riss? And very quickly past me goes Lee Lapham. We've not seen too much of Lee on the Grasstrack scene. Number 10, Brent Werner from the USA. Brent indeed had an outing at the Grand Slam last week, so he will have picked up a few tips there. Now remember, of course, that it's on track starting this afternoon, so a lot of the riders taking the opportunity just to see what sort of grip there is on this. Third last year was number 4, Matthias Kruger from Germany, a very, very capable rider. But what a lineup. I hope you've now had a chance to go through the programme. One change that I can give you in the solo lineup is that we have non-starter number 24, Carl Stone here. Carl unfortunately has injured his back in his own workshop at home this week, so very disappointed not to be here, and we wish Carl all the very best for a very quick recovery. But his place will be taken by number 83, the first reserve, Phil Ashcroft. So no number 24, Carl Stone here. His place taken by number 83, Phil Ashcroft. Now, I was expecting to see the sidecars coming out, and a lot of them collected in the pit box there, I can see, but changes to your official programme that I can give you are number 8, Mark Edwards, is passengered by Graham Ashby. That's Graham Ashby, passenger Mark Edwards, outfit number 8. The reserves for the sidecar cars, you may have spotted them in practice, are number 15, Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall, number 9, Lee Ray and Nick Owen, and number 12, Tim Bennett, Steve Hargreaves. So 3 reserves if they're required. Oh, we're hoping they're going to get in, of course. 15 Ivor Matthews, 9 Lee Ray, and 12 Tim Bennett. Here a sidecar start up then, indeed I did. A chance then to see the sidecar competitors competing for the 1999 Bonfire Burn-up. First crew to come past me is number 87, that's Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. Good to see they made the journey all the way down here. I know they enjoy this circuit. Number 15, Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall, hoping that they will get a ride this afternoon. They've got a lot of experience in that crew here at the action track. Number 25, Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey. Now, what can I say about Colin? Didn't he pull a few surprises at the British Masters this year? A fantastic semi-final win for Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey. What can they do here this afternoon? Number 24 is Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. Very experienced crew, been on this circuit a lot and had a great win at the Grand Slam last weekend. Number 183 is Ian Lee Amos and Stuart Lee Amos. Number 3, Alan and John Blewett, going very quickly in practice. Number 9, Lee Ray and Nicky Owen. Number 26, had a great ride here at the Battle of Britain. Got themselves up on the rostrum. Mick Turrell and Tony Baisby. What can they do this afternoon? A return to the sport for Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby this afternoon. Number 74 is Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Beanie. Number 184. No, that's not John Hiscock and Jason Gill. That's Jason Gill driving it, but oh, John's bringing the other outfit out. So doing these things just to catch me out, I'm sure. Number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sharax. Number 20, Vaughan Roberts and Terry Madley. And they tell me that's a Craddock Yamaha, not the Steer Yamaha. A Craddock Yamaha for 20, Vaughan Roberts. Number 93 is Andy Simons and Sean Yates, all the way up from Cornwall. And joining them in the parade, number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley, also up from Cornwall. Number 1 is Craig Cheetham and Kai Reynolds. And number 23, Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh. Number 11, another of these shiny Cornish stars at the moment. Number 11 is Kenny Hamill and John Richards. And they've certainly been going very, very quickly this season. Not the first time he's been to the Tunbridge track, so I wonder, could he pull off a big title at the end of the year? Gerd Riss, world's Longtrack Grasstrack Champion. Right, number 1. All sorts of mechanics trying to sort things out. For whatever reason, Gerd Riss has gone back to his pit man, struggling on the binoculars to see whether there's anything wrong. No, doesn't look as if there is. He comes away from the pit man, a brief conversation with him. Now, number 20, I can see, has come to the line. Can't see number 2, Jason Crump. Now is that Crumpy on the far side? Oh, very rapidly he comes around to join. The competitors already on this start line. So the tension builds as we now start the Bonfire Burn-up for 1999. It was Jason Crump that had gone back to the pits. He now comes to the line. Will he be the challenger to Gerd Riss in this first race? Can any of the others get the break on the start line into that first turn? Hold everybody else up. First time it is Jason Crump has made the best of the start. Crumpy goes wide into that first bend and he's gone very wide. Gerd Riss all really outside. Countryman Herbert Rudolph has got the lead at the moment. So well three starting to get away from the rest of the Number 20, Herbert Rudolph, a rider that we didn't know too much about before this afternoon. They said he is an up-and-coming star in Germany, and he's about to do it exactly. On the inside and tries to take the lead, but Herbert comes back at him. He's been forced to go wide, and Gerd Riss now takes the lead and he goes up the back straight. Rudolph found the huge potential this afternoon. He gets second. Jason Crump is third. Oh, what a tremendous way to start the 1999 Burn-up. That's the sort of racing we're in for this afternoon. So, race one this afternoon, the 1999 Bonfire Burn-up, a win for rider number 1, world champion Gerd Riss. In second place, number 20, Herbert Rudolph. In third place, number 2, Jason Crump. In fourth, number 11, Glenn Cunningham. In fifth, 19, Anthony Swald. In sixth place, number 22, Lee Lanham. In seventh place, number 15, Matt Reed. And the winning time was 120.48. 120.48. 66.69 they're averaging. Tremendous way to start today's race. Move on to race 2. Number 24. Space will be taken by first reserve Bill Ashcroft. In C, Colin White, Steve Schofield, Matthew Kruger, first place, John Underwood, Tom Palmer. 1992 and 93. And he won it again in 97. And you go right back to 1986 when he won it for the first time. The highest number of wins of this event in the whole of its history. Number 3, Steve Schofield. As they go into that first turn, we're starting to sort them out. As Steve Schofield has made the best of the place. Steve Schofield gets away down that first turn. John Underwood in third and Mitch Gordon up in fourth place at the moment. So Steve Schofield looks over his shoulder. Great start for Steve Schofield in race 2. And he takes a race victory as rider number 3 in first place. In second place, number 4, Matthias Kruger. In third place, number 13, John Underwood. In fourth place, number 7, Bernd Dana. In fifth place, number 21, Tommy Palmer. Sixth place is 16, Colin White. Seventh is 83. That's the reserve coming in for Ashcroft. And a winning time of 120.74, 120.74, averaging 66.48. You'll know that we've got who had a ride at the Grand Slam last week, did get plagued by machinery problems, but looked a very, very capable rider, as indeed we know he is. Ben Werner from the USA, more of a speedway man, but knows he can perform on tracks like this. Joe Screen and Paul Hurry, not forgetting of course Jeremy Doncaster. I'm sure he's got a few fans out there. Tremendous ride down at the Clayton Williams final meeting at Ledbury. Can he do it this afternoon? Joe Screen goes through on the inside of him. Paul Hurry is on the inside as well. It's Donkey that's caught in the middle of the front two. Paul Hurry has made the race. He hangs on there brilliantly. It's Jeremy Doncaster that's up in second. Zednik Schneiderwine was the rider that got the better of the start, so it's out there with Paul Hurry. Has got away from them, and Paul Hurry looks in very determined mood. Screen round the outside, on through on the outside. 1 Ferrari would want to see. Away then, with a race victory. Oh, we knew it was going to be fast and furious this afternoon, and while I give you the result of race 3, try and remember it for a great victory for number 5 Ferrari. But I'm sure most of you will remember that corner that Joe Screen caused absolute havoc. He comes through for second place at number 17, Joe Screen. In third place, number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. In fourth place, number 18, Nick Schneiderwine. In fifth place, number 23, Jason Handley. In sixth place, number 8, Vince Kinchin. In seventh place, number 14, Malcolm Simmons. And eighth place, number 10, Brent Werner. The winning time was 122.14, 122.14. The speed average, 65.35, 65.35. Well, the Solos have set an absolute cracking performance in their first heats. What can the sidecar class do as we see out on the track for the very first time this afternoon? Number 8, Mark Edwards. Number 11, Kenny Hamill. 13, John Halsey. 184, John Hiscock. 25, Colin Blackburn. And 93, Andy Simons. So you'll notice in the race program that you've got your grid positions from the outside of the track. Mark Edwards number 8 and Graham Ashby you'll find on this outside start line. That's grid 1. Right on the inside, Andy Simons and Sean Yates. They're on grid 6. For the first time, Mark Edwards has made a good start from the outside. Andy Simons trying to work his way through. John Hiscock has got up in the second position. Up in second place behind Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby. Andy Simons trying to work his way through from fourth place into third, but it's John Hiscock and Jason Gill that have got it at the moment. Is a terrific start to the day for Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby. They drive hard into the top end, trying to open that gap up. John Hiscock. But they've lost those two in front of us. John Hiscock tries to come through on the inside of John Halsey. One more lap to go. Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby leading into the top end. And John Halsey's going to have to work on the thing. Managing to get elevated up to third as they come towards the checkered flag. Great start of the day for outfit number 8, Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby. Drama in the sidecar competition. We start with the very first race of the sidecars with a win for outfit number 8. That of course is Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby. In second place, number 184, John Hiscock and Jason Gill. In third place, number 93, Andy Simons and Sean Yates. In fourth place, number 25, Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey. In fifth place, number 11, Kenny Howell and John Richards. And now going across the line in sixth place, you can all see that it's a back wheel puncture that John Halsey has suffered with. And we will put number 13 into sixth place there. A winning time of 1:28.72, 1:28.72, 60.50, 60.50 average speed. So we move on to race 5, the second heat of the sidecar competition. Coming to the line, number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Stuart Lee Amos. Number 1, Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds. Number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sharax. 87, Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. 74 is Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Beanie. And 20, Vaughan Roberts and Terry Madley. Sidecars. Looks like Duncan Tolhurst has made a good start and got to the lead as he goes into that first bend. To try and find a way from the inside, but Duncan keeping a very good line at the moment. Holds it tight again as he goes in that top bend. Dave Steer is forced to go wide. That's going to leave a gap on the inside. I think Craig Cheatham might have found a way through as he's looking on the inside of Dave Steer. And the difficulty is Dave Steer is travelling quicker. He's trying to find a way through. Struggling with on this bottom turn. One more lap to go, so not too much wrong at the moment. Knows that Dave Steer is looking to make a challenge. Tries to make sure that Steer has been challenging round the outside. It's a long way to go, but he's certainly going to have a go. Duncan Tolhurst takes the win. Dave Steer with a very close second. And Craig Cheatham in third. As they disappeared back into the pits, as giving the official result, it was a win for outfit number 74, Duncan Tolhurst, and a passenger Simon Beanie. In second place, number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sharax. In third place, number 1, Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds. In fourth place, number 87, Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. In fifth place, number 183, Ian Lee Amos, Stuart Lee Amos. In sixth place, number 20, Vaughan Roberts and Terry Madley. The winning time, 1:30.60, 1:30.60, 59.24. So we've seen the first two heats of the sidecars. We now move to race 6. And quickly spotted there that number 15, Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall have come in. There's no number 7, Paul Johnson. He had gearbox problems and was hoping to have got a new gearbox in before this race, but unfortunately he's missed this first heat. We keep our fingers crossed that he can get into his second ride. Up go the tapes, and it is Ivor Matthews has made a good start. Richard Thomas is there as well, he's on the outside, he's up in second place. in that bottom turn. Gary Jackson looking for a way through. Ivor Matthews though, with the lead at the moment, goes into the top turn. Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley in second place. There was a great track going on. He's gone the long way around that bottom turn. Alan Blewett knows he's there, trying to keep the door shut. Gary Jackson goes through. Is Gary Jackson going to go after Alan? Keeps going. And we look to the front and there's one more lap to go. Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall lead from Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley in second. Now can Richard Thomas get the win? He closes right up on Ivor Matthews. He knows that Ivor Matthews will possibly go wide. Not going to do it for him this time. Ivor takes the win. Richard Thomas in second. Gary Jackson in third. So the last of the first leg rides, and yet again we have drama. One of the early favourites for this meeting pulls out, doesn't get a result in his first ride, but the official result of race 6 reads as a win for reserve number 15, Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall. In second place number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. In third place number 23, Gary Jackson, and passenger for this afternoon, Carl Pugh. In fourth place, number 26, Mick Turrell and Tony Baisby. In fifth place, number 3, Alan and John Blewett. No sixth finisher there. The winning time was 129.41, 129.41, 60.03. So over the page we go. We move to race 7. Solo first place. We have Gerd Riss. Number 3, Steve Schofield, and number 5, Paul Hurley. Of course, it means that we've got no heat winners going in race 7. First time out. Certainly want to score well in this one. Not forgetting Zivnik Schneiderwine, of course he had a 4th place first time out. Very, very quick track racer of forward Zivnik from the Czech Republic. Well, at the moment on the far side we can see we've got problems for number 16, Colin White. The rest of the riders being pulled into line. They get underway and fly into that first turn. I was watching what was happening at the big gate. I was very expecting to see a reserve coming out. Jason Crump in second, Jason Schneiderwine having a battle in third with Jason Hamley at the moment. Jason on the inside, Jason on the outside. Trying also to get in on the action is Lee Lapham, number 22, and look how it's closed up in the front, Jason Crump. Right on the top end. So, that's Jason Crump taken. go. What did he do on this London bend last time round? And he assumed he doesn't make a mistake this time. And then next another one in 4th place. And we see first victory this afternoon for our German competitor, rider number 4 this afternoon, Matthias Kruger. In 2nd place, number 2, Jason Crump. In 3rd place, number 23, Jason Handley. And in 4th place, number 18, Zednik Snadewine. In 5th place, number 22, Lee Lapham. In 6th place, number 21, Tommy Palmer. And 7th place, number 12, Trevor Banks. 122.64 was the winning time, 122.64, 64.95. Disappointment, of course, for Mitch Godden in his first ride. He hit problems, but he'll be looking to make it up. I'm sure he'll wish that he didn't have quite such a strong field against him in his second ride. Gerd Riss has got a very central gate, and I think well, that's interesting because we've got Gerd Riss and Ferrari together in those 2 central gates. Made a good start, Gerd Riss is right there with him. Ferrari goes a long way round the outside, he's in 3rd at the moment. But indeed it ended up with only one rider having 2 rides and 2 wins. That is, of course, rider number 1, Gerd Riss. In 2nd place, number 3, Steve Schofield. In 3rd place, number 5, Ferrari. In 4th place, number 15, Matt Reed. In 5th place, number 19, Anthony Sparks. In 6th place, number 9, Mitch Godden. In 7th place, number 10, Brent Werner. And in 8th place, number 8, Vince Kitchen. 120.34 was the winning time, 120.34, 66.81 he was averaging. And remember, he throws it sideways twice during each lap. That is appropriate. 66.81 the speed, 120.34 the time. We now move to race 9. And a chance again to see number 20, Herbert Rudolph, the young German who we don't know too much about his history, but the comments that I got during the week were that he is going to be a name for the future, not one to forget, Jim, was the comment on the phone. And he certainly proved it in his first ride. What can he do this time? Jeremy Doncaster had a good ride first time out. Can he get a win in race 9? John Underwood there as well. Glenn Cunningham. Remind you that there's no Carl Stone here, number 24. His place taken by number 83, Phil Ashcroft. But I'm sure there's a few out there thinking, well, he hasn't even mentioned Joe Screen yet. Well, I'm going to mention Joe Screen. I've just noticed he's right on the inside with Bernd Dana, in fact, on those inside gates. And Bernd Dana has just, I think, been informed that number 1 is on the outside, not on the inside here at Tunbridge. Rudolph has made a very good start. Jeremy Doncaster is right there with him. Joe Screen on the inside though, and it is Dana on the outside from that number 1 goal. Rudolph has gone in as well, but Dana comes back at Rudolph. Herbert Rudolph is in second place, the one that battle's going on for second. Joe Screen, thank you very much. A good battle now developing for third place as Glenn Cunningham is trying to get through on the inside of Dana. Dana comes back with him with Glenn Cunningham. One more lap to complete. And again it is a very impressive ride from Herbert Rudolph in second spot. So as we complete leg 2 of the solo competition, race 9 was a race victory for rider number 17, Joe Screen. In second place behind him is number 20, and of course is Herbert Rudolph. In third place, number 11, Glenn Cunningham. In fourth place, number 7, Bernd Dana. In fifth place, number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. In sixth place, number 13, John Underwood. Seventh place, number 14, Malcolm Simmons. And eighth place, number 83, and of course is Phil Ashcroft, the reserve. A winning time of 121.39, 121.39, 65.95 the average speed. So over the page we go, and we see the sidecars for the second time this afternoon. Race victories for Mark Edwards, number 8, Duncan Tolhurst, number 74, and number 15, Ivor Matthews. A lot of questions, obviously. Will Ivor Matthews be able to get another ride? Has Paul Johnson fixed his outfit? He is, after all, only reserved. We had problems for Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. They are due to go in this first one. Have they fixed whatever the problem was? Number 13, John Halsey and Jason Glennie, also not scoring well in their first one with a back wheel puncture. Well, at the moment the concern is that I can't see Rob Wilson out. Yes, indeed, he does have... No, in fact, is that Lee Ray coming out? Now that's interesting, because if Paul Johnson has got his bike fixed, then I wonder why Lee Ray is coming out and not Ivor Matthews. Well, the disappointment is that it means that we've got no Rob Wilson in the burn-up. Wrong for me to make assumptions, really, isn't it? I should just let you know what's actually happening out there, I think. That's the easy option. So, race 10 then, the first of the sidecars, or their second ride. Oh, they get underway, and Duncan Tolis, of course, had a win first time out. Can he make it 2 out of 2? He's got the lead as he goes into that first turn. He's got Victoria. And Colin Hill come around that bottom turn. Mick Toll is looking to have a go as he gets close to him coming out of that bottom turn. Kenny Hamill and John Richards still there in third. It's Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey. Dangerous game to play. You really want to keep the machinery going as quick as you possibly can. As I say that, he speeds up past me. Again, Mick Toll gets close in that top bit. Closing. And again, Mick Toll looks to have a go. One more lap to go. Can Duncan Tollers and Colin Hill make it 2 out of 2? They go round that top bend. In front of Kenny Hamill, but as they come towards the line, it's all going to be about second victory for Duncan Tollers and Simon Beanie. Mick Toll and Tony Baisby take second. Race 10 then, well, we had all the panics going on before it. We get it underway, and of course we get a second victory for outfit number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Beanie. In second place, number 26 is Mick Toll and Tony Baisby. In third place, number 11, Kenny Hamill and John Richards. In fourth place, number 25, Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey. In fifth place, number 9, and of course is the reserve coming in, Lee Ray and Nicky Owen. And in sixth place, number 20, Paul Roberts and Terry Madley. 131.07 was the winning time, 131.07, 58.94. Second place first time out. Just on the inside of them we've got number 3, Alan and John Blewett. And Paul Johnson has indeed come out. So, well, that certainly has proved to be interesting, because it now means that we've used 2 track reserves. And I wonder, does he know something about the riders in race 12? Will he perhaps get a ride then? But at the moment, no ride for Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall, who did get a win first time out. So Paul Johnson has got his gearbox problem sorted. He joins the line for the first time this afternoon. Starter moves away, up go the Tate, and Richard Thomas has made a good one from the outside. Now Mark Edwards has been caught at the gate, and you've got Gary Jackson in the lead at the moment. As he watches the front 2 get away from him down this finishing straight. So Gary Jackson holding second at the moment from Mark Edwards. And you'll remember, Steve had a big Johnson at the moment at the back of the field trying to get a position, but Richard Thomas has got very, very close to Gary Jackson. Looks to try and find a way through. Going into the last lap, exactly where they want to be. They're leading as Richard Thomas again gets very close to Gary Jackson. As they come towards the checkered flag, Richard Thomas has found a gap on the inside. It's going to be close to the line. Well, it was very, very close. Richard Thomas had picked his gap and come through on the inside. Oh, we shouldn't ignore that Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby took the win, but I'll go to the shoulders and that's what So, race 11 then. Well, it proved to be an interesting one again at the start, but as they finished, we get 2 rides and 2 wins for outfit number 8, Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby. In second place, number 23, it was close on the line, but he just hung on to it, Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh. In third place, number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. In fourth place, number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Stuart Lee Amos. In fifth place, number 7, Paul Johnson and Dave French. And in sixth place, number 3, Alan and John Blewett. So we now move to race 12. Anxiously looking at the riders going in this one. I didn't think there would be any retirements, so disappointing for either Matthews. I'm sure he'll be looking to get another ride in the third legs. But can John Halsey and Jason Glennie make up for that disastrous first ride? Nobody can predict a puncher. They get underway, and as they go into that first round, it's perhaps Dave Steer and Craig Cheatham on the inside that have made the best of the start. John Halsey comes through into second place. He's got Andy Simons on the inside of him, and Andy Simons looks to have made the better of it. So while John Halsey thought he was fighting with Craig Cheatham, quickly Sean Yates is up and on his feet. Now the rest of the competitors carry on, although I can see now that Dave Steers put his hand in the air. The clerk of the course on the far side puts the red flag up. In fact, they've not done enough race distance, so they will have to restart. Disappointment for Dave Steer and Rob Sharax. But Andy Simons and Sean Yates, I'm sure, the ones that are most concerned. Andy Simons quickly going over the far side to see if Sean's okay. So all 6 competitors go in the restart. Remind you, we are with race 12 at the moment. This is the third of the heats for the second leg rides. And as they get underway, it's a much better start for Craig Cheatham and John Halsey this time. Dave Steer is the one that's missed out. He's back in 4th place as they go into that first turn. Tries to come back at him as they come out of the turn, and John Halsey very, very close to Andy Simons as he goes past me, but still Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds. Bonfire Burnup for John Halsey and Grayson Glennie as they again pull up. It means that Dave Steer now has a chance of getting back to where he was when the race was stopped. He goes to the outside line. That's a big gap that Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds have got as they come past me, leading into that top turn. Dave Steer trying to close on it. He will go wide, but can Dave Steer get enough momentum from the middle of the turn to come underneath him? The answer is no, he can't, as Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds take the win. Dave Steer and Rob Sharracks take second. The sidecars for their second leg rides, a win for outfit number 1, Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds. In second place, number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sharracks. In third place, number 93, Andy Simons and Sean Yates. In fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Jason Gill. And in fifth place, number 87, Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. The winning time, 1:30.06, 59.60 the average speed. The third leg rides, ranges 13, 14 and 15 for, of course, the solo competition. And where do they sit at the moment? Well, point-wise, it's number 1. 17, 4 and 3. There's, of course, Steve Schofield, Matthew Kruger and Joe Smith, all on 18 points to win second. And then on 16 points, number 5, Paul Hurry, and number 20, Herbert Rudolph. Tapes quickly repaired as the riders have now got themselves to the line for the start of the third leg rides. What can Paul Hurry do this time? Joe Screen has gone with him, but it is Paul Hurry that gets to the front as they go to that first turn. He's gone wide and Joe Screen has gone through. So Joe Screen has gone Paul Hurry with the advantage at the moment, but Joe Screen very, very close to him. Over Rudolph is the rider in third place with the best of the behind him. Anthony Swire finishing in fourth place. So, Poirot is back on winning streaks again as he takes his second win this afternoon. Race 13 then, the first of the third leg rides, and I'm sure that there's many Poirot fans out there pleased that he's back on winning form. Number 5 it is that goes into first place in race 13. In second place, number 17, Joe Screen. In third place, number 20, Herbert Rudolph. In fourth place, number 19, Anthony Swire. In fifth place, number 18, Jednik Madawai. In sixth place, number 23, Jason Handley. And in seventh place, number 14, Alvin Simmons. Winning time, 121.56. 121.56. 65.81 was the average speed. So 65.81 is that. We should have had 5, 17, 26, 19, 18, 23 and 14. So race 14 then comes to the line. We've got in action once again number 3 Steve Schofield, 6 Jeremy Doncaster, 7 Bernd Dana, 2 Jason Crump. Joining them Trevor Banks, Matt Reed, Mitch Gordon and Brent Werner. We've lost Matt Reed on that top end. He's quickly up on his feet and looks to be okay, but there is indeed going to be a red flag as we've got machinery and riders in a very serious position. So they will be brought back to the start and we'll have to do it all again. Still got a red flag on the pit entrance, so somebody has had problems. It is in fact Steve Schofield that's sitting in the pit box. Well, Steve now gets his machinery going and quickly makes his way round to this start. So the starters bringing the riders into line once again. Always disappointing for the rider that was leading a race and they have to restart. And I just wonder whether Trevor Banks can make another excellent start. He left everybody standing. Break into that
that first turn. It is Donkey that's got the lead. Going around the outside. Cuts back on the racing line now and gets into that bottom bit, leading from second. Doncaster at the moment. And he gone too wide, he's looking out, up here, yes, he is, all the way down the left road. Desperately trying to make sure he leads those down as he goes down the line. And number 7 from Germany, Bandana in 4th place. So, race 14 in your programme, a win for rider number 6, his first this afternoon, it's Jeremy Doncaster. In 2nd place, number 2, Jason Crump. In 3rd place, number 3, Steve Schofield. In 4th place, number 7, Brent Dana. And in 5th place, number 10, Brent Werner. 6th place there, number 12, Trevor Banks. And 7th place, number 9, Mitch Godden. 123.08 was the winning time, 123.08, 64.61 the average speed. Last of the 3rd leg ride. Number 1, Gerd Riss. He's had 2 rides and 2 wins so far. And it's Gruber on 18.2 rides, no wins, and 2nd place. Now, mind you that there's no Carl Stone here. Number 83, Phil Ashcroft takes his place. And good to see that Colin White has got his machinery going this time. He missed out on his 2nd ride. Well, interesting perhaps that Gerd Riss has got this outside gate in your programme as gate number 1. Quicker at the start seemed to have been from the inside of the gate, but most riders who are riding this outside line are going the long way round on that first turn. So will that be Riss's tactics this time? And into the first turn, no go around the outside of everybody, just get there first. We've got Glenn Cunningham in 2nd place, Matthias Kruger in 3rd at the moment. So Glenn Cunningham getting faster as the day goes on. Looks over his shoulder, notices that Tommy Palmer and John Underwood having a battle for the 4th place. Looks like Tommy Palmer has got the better of it at the moment. On Cunningham at the moment, he's still in 3rd place. Well, I'm sure his third ride this afternoon, and indeed his third win, German Gerd Riss. In second place, number 11, Glenn Cunningham. In third place, number 4, Matthias Kruger. In fourth place, number 13, John Underwood. In fifth place, number 21, Tommy Palmer. In sixth place, number 16, Colin White. In seventh place, number 22, Lee Lanham. And in eighth place, number 83, that's the reserve Phil Ashcroft. 121.87 was the winning time, 121.87, 65.56. That was the average speed, 65.56. If you missed any of those, it was 1, 11, 4, 13, 21, 16, 22 and 83. So as we go over the page, we now look to the third leg rides. And in fact, it looks as if, well, who have we got and we haven't got? No Rob Wilson and no John Halsey. So, Paul Johnson has got grid 1 right on the outside here, so he's out for the second time this afternoon. Matthews is still on 7 points, so with a good ride here he still has a chance of getting into that A final. Duncan Tollister and Mark Edwards, the only two outfits unbeaten at the moment. They're on 14 points. Craig Cheetham on 11. Number 17, Dave Steer on 10. Barry Jackson and Richard Thomas both on 9. And then we've got 3 outfits on 8 points, and then Ivor Matthews on 7. So, Vaughan Roberts, the last to come into line, as the starters now pull them up to the tapes. Charlotte lets them go, they get underway. Craig Cheetham has made a good one, Ivor Matthews has made a good one as well. John Halsey and Jason Crump get to the front line to go into that first turn. He's trying to get places as well from the back of the field, but as we look to the front, it's Ivor Matthews trying to find a way through on the inside. John Halsey and Jason Glenhaven eased out as they go into that top end. And Ivor Matthews just let him through on the inside. John Halsey it is that gets to the front. Great race between these two as Ivor Matthews hasn't given up the challenge yet. Well, it's done a long way round as they go into the last lap. It was trying to pick up speed for an attack down the straight. And Paul Johnson, all the time that's been going on, has got closer and closer to Craig Cheetham. Comes towards the checkered flag, knows he needs a win here, he gets the win. Ivor Matthews goes second, Craig Cheetham in third and Paul Johnson in fourth. Ivor Matthews and Simon Ward. In third place, number 1, Craig Cheetham and Clive Reynolds. In fourth place, number 7, Paul Johnson and Dave French. And in 5th place, number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Stuart Lee Amos. In 6th place, number 20, Vaughan Roberts and Terry Madeley. The winning time, 1:30.19, 59.51, the average speed, 59.51. And really they're all starting to take points off each other. What can Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Beanie do in this one? They have had 2 rides and 2 wins so far. Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh are in there with a shout. They're on 9 points from 2 rides. John Hiscock and Jason Gill on 8 points. They go in this one. Oh, away they go, and Duncan Tolhurst has missed the start completely. He's let the rest of the field go. So he's going to win this one and keep the maximum. As well, but Duncan Tolhurst is starting to come back, and Gary Jackson turns it sideways. Oh, Gary Jackson indeed turned round on that bottom bend. As you can see, there are officials quickly over to the scene. Red flag obviously out in the interest of safety, where I would request to all of you that you leave the officials to it. I've missed giving you the time and the speed. The time was 1:30.17, 59.53. So my apologies for that if I missed that, or if we had a hiccup with the microphone system. Maybe I turned it off when I shouldn't have done. 1:30.17, 59.53. And in fact, the outfits are being pushed back into the pits. So, although the good news really was that all of them were up on their feet and looked to be okay, the bad news is that we won't be seeing them in the restart. Indeed, the marshal was trying to push everybody back into the pit box to try and get that gate shut. That indeed does look as if it's what's happened. So, 4 outfits only go in the rerun of race 17 as they get underway. Kenny Hamill has made a very good start, and Andy Simon has gone with him. So again, Duncan Tolhurst has got the work to do. He's the rider on maximum points at the moment. Get the advantage over Kenny Hamill, because Kenny Hamill has got a good line. Oh, whilst Andy Simons has been forced to go wide, Duncan Tolhurst is trying to get the advantage on the inside. Gets very close to him as he goes into that drop bend. Andy Simons trying to stay with him. Gets very close in the middle of the bend. Is forced to go on the wide line. And that all the time is leaving gaps for Duncan Tolhurst. Duncan has got very, very close to Andy Simons this time. Again closes up going into this top turn. Advantage of it. Into the bottom turn they go once more. Kenny Hamill and John Richards. Perfect line round that bottom bend. Into the last lap. Andy Simons and Sean Yates now look to be more under control. They've got a better line into the top. They come towards the checker flag this time. It's a win for Kenny Hamill and John Richards. Andy Simons and Sean Yates take second. Duncan Tolhurst and passenger this afternoon, Simon Beanie, take 3rd place. place, number 93, Andy Simons and Sean Yates. In third place, number 74, Duncan Tolras and Simon Beanie. In fourth place, number 87, Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. The winning time was 1:31.46, 1:31.46, 58.69 was the average speed. So we move on to race 18. This is the last of the third leg ride. A chance to see in action once again Mark Edwards, who's had 2 rides and 2 wins. Starters pulled him up to the pace and Richard Thomas has made a good start. Well, Alan Blewett has just got the edge though as they go into that first turn, and at the moment Mark Edwards is together as they go into that bottom turn, and Mick Tower has got the lead. Alan and John Blewett have got problems. Dave Steer does everything he can to avoid Alan Blewett. Mark Edwards in the meantime has got up in the second. At the moment, Mark Edwards is starting to breathe down the exhaust pipe of Mick Tower at the moment. As we watch them go into that top turn. Right, is he going to go tight? He tries the wide line, but Nick Towell has still got the better of it. Nick Towell still holding the lead from Mark Edwards in second. Very wide on that bottom turn, and Mark Edwards comes back at them. There's the checkered flag. They still just, I think, hung on to second. It was very, very close, but a terrific ride from Mick Toll and Tony Baisley. The result is a win for number 26, Mick Toll and Tony Baisley. In second place, number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sherrax. In third place, number 8, Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby. In fourth place, number 60 is Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. In fifth place, number 25, Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey. And in sixth place, outfit number 3, Alan and John Blewett. The winning time, 1:31.41, 1:31.41, 58.72. If we'd done a cut-off after 3 lifts, then number 11, Glenn Cunningham, wouldn't quite have made it. So he's on 19 points at the moment. From the top it's Gerd Riss on the maximum, 30 points. Number 5, Paul Hurry, and number 17, Joe Screen on 26. Steve Schofield and Matthias Kruger on 24. 20, Herbert Rudolph, and 2, Jason Crump are on 22. Number 6, Jeremy Doncaster is on 20. Now that's the 8 that would make it to the final. But of course, we should remember we've got one more heat to go for every single rider. Some can take points off each other. It may not stay the same. Remember, it's 10 points for a win, 8 for a second, 6 for a third.
Indeed, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 160 161 162
close. Not as best as this afternoon. As they go down the back straight, anybody this afternoon. Doncaster in third and Greg Werner in fourth. It is maximum points once again to rider number 1, Gerd Riss. He goes into the result as having 4 wins and indeed maximum points from everyone. In second place number 17, Joe Scree. In third place number 6, Jeremy Longtrack. In fourth place number 10, Greg Werner. In fifth place number 16, Colin White. In sixth place number 15, Matt Reed. In seventh place number 8, Nick Kitchen. In eighth place number 14, Malcolm Simmons. And a speed of 121.49. And a speed of 65.87. 65.87. I've been asked if I would give out a quick safety reminder to all of you around the circuit. You must be back behind the scaffold pole. Nobody can be between the boards and the scaffold pole. Please, it is in the interest of safety, so please stay back behind the scaffold pole. On the inside, now that Jason Crump, I think is left in the front with Blue Harriers on the forward. Right across the line of number 19, Anthony Brown, who's having a much, much better ride now. Obviously something that he didn't like about now looking much, much more confident if he goes around that one and turn. Jason Crump in second, Anthony Clark in third, and that is Ruger, one of them on the top scorers. Second place, Warren in third place, then Ruger in fourth. The official result reads as a win once again for rider number 5, that's Paul Hurry. In second place, number 2, Jason Crump. In third place, number 19, that's Anthony Suave. In fourth place, number 4, Matthias Kruger. In fifth place, number 23, Jason Handley. Sixth place, number 9, Mitch Godden. Seventh place, number 13, John Underwood. And eighth place, the reserve, number 83, Phil Ashcroft. 122.63 was the winning time, 122.63, 64.96 the average speed. So I'm sure all the pit crews are now watching anxiously what the points are doing, because remember it's only 8 that go into that big final. Well indeed, Ken Cunningham was one of the riders I was going to say to look for, and he's completely missed the gate this time. He's certainly getting quicker and quicker at the moment. As well. That's the lead. There's the young German at the moment. Herbert Rudolph. Second third is Steve Schofield. Herbert Rudolph should know working his way around the outside. Schofield after the lead. Number 7. Grant Taylor is just working his way up in the third place. But Steve Schofield holds that lead. The Green Cunningham has moved up as well, and he's going to put off into first place. And may well be enough to get him into the final. Going in second, but Taylor in third, and Green Cunningham in fourth. Ranked in fifth. Oh, now it really is a case of just transferring all the points through and finding out who are the top 8 that goes in that main final. Rider number 20, Herbert Rudolph. In second place, number 3, Steve Schofield. In third place, number 7, Bernd Dana. In fourth place, number 11, Glenn Cunningham. In fifth place, number 12, Trevor Banks. In sixth place, number 18, Zdenek Snyderwind. And in 7th place, number 21. And 21, he says, remembering to his list, his number is Tommy Palmer, of course. The winning time, 123.73, 123.73, 64.11 was the average speed, 64.11. Because at the moment we've got Mark Edwards and Duncan Tollett on 18 points. We've then got number 26 Mick Turrell, number 17 Dave Steer, and number 1 Craig Cheatham all on 15 points. 93 and 11 the two Cornish crews, Andy Simons and Kenny Hamill on 13. Number 15 Ivor Matthews, and 60 Richard Thomas on 12 points, 23 Gary Jackson on 9 points. There's 4 riders together on 8 points. It really is very, very close. There's an awful lot of drivers that know a good ride in their last ride could get them into the final. Oh, they get underway, and it's Ivor Matthews has got the lead, so Ivor Matthews is in this one. I think it was that the pit box wasn't closed when they let them go. So 6L pits to the line then for this, the first of the last leg rides. I'm sure they all know how tight the points are. There is only 6 going into the A final as they get underway. Ivor Matthews has made a very good start. Disappointment for Rob Bradley as he looks down at machinery, but Ivor Matthews and Simon Moore. But as they come round past me, the lead is with Ivor Matthews and Simon Moore. Mick Turrell having to go for the wide line again to try and get around the outside of the 13 points. So a good ride here, we'll see them out in the final. And Ivor Matthews and Simon Moore coming here as we move this afternoon. Exactly that as they go into the last lap. Andy Simons and Sean Yates still in second. Still the battle raging for this third place as Mick Toll tries to get past. Checker flag, that's going to be maximum 7 points for Ivor Matthews and Simon Moore. Andy Simons and Sean Yates get the 5 points for second. And it is going to be interesting for them to sit and watch the rest of the heat and work out whether and the first of the fourth leg rides, a win and maximum points for number 15, Ivor Matthews. In second place to him, number 93, that is of course Andy Simons and Sean Yates. In third place, number 26, Mick Toll and Tony Baisby. In fourth place, number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Stuart Lee Amos. In fifth place, number 87, Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. The winning time, 131.27, 131.27, 58.81, the average speed. So 15, 93, 26, 183, 87, a winning time of 131.27, 58.81. So race 23 comes up to the line. They get underway. John Halsey has made a very good start. Oh, he's got Dave Steele on the inside, who knows I say that. He has got a bit so he knows that he needs to get a win here. Dave Steer and Rob Sharrax, they're on 15 points in their 3 rides. So John Halsey is closing the gap on Dave Steer. Follows him round that bottom bend. Looks for a way past as they go up this straight in front of me. Number 25, Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey. Colin keeps the power on as he comes past us. One more lap to go. Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey still there in third. John Hiscock and Jason Crump still there in fourth. Up towards the checkered flag, it's going to be victory for John Halsey. Dave Steer takes second, Colin Blackburn takes third, John Hiscock in fourth. Maximum points to John Halsey and Jason Crump. In second place, number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sharrax. In third place, number 25, that's Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey. In fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Jason Gill. In fifth place, number 23, Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh. In sixth place, number 20, Vaughan Roberts and Terry Madley. 130.04 was the winning time, 130.04, 59.61 the average speed. So 130.04, 59.61. as they pulled them up to the start line. You can see there's Kenny Hamill and John Richards with no power on. They've asked the starter to hold everybody up while they get it restarted. Quickly get the machinery going. So as they come towards the line, this is the last of the qualifying heat. They get underway, and Duncan Solis has missed the start again. So he's right up the top of the point scoring chart. Richard Thomas has got to the front on that. Third, Kenny Hamill and John Richards, but Paul Johnson comes through. Paul Johnson goes through into third place. So Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley with the lead at the moment. Line on that bottom bend. It's very quick, but it's a long way round. Mark Edwards is trying the outside now. He's looking for an outside line. So he's realised no gas being left on the inside by this. Drives hard round this bottom bend. It's the last lap flag for them this time as they come round. Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley could be finding a way into the final with a win here as they go round that top bend. Switch to the inside and it's going to be close to the line, but Richard Thomas does it. Mark Edwards in second, Kenny Hamill in third. Well, that really was a brilliant ride for Richard Thomas and let me give you the official result of race 24, the race you've just seen. It was a win for outfit number 16, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. In second place, number 8, Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby. In third place, number 11, Kenny Hamill and John Richards. In fourth place, number 7, Paul Johnson and Dave French. In fifth place, number 1, Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds, and the winning time 1:31.60, 1:31.60, 58.60. So as is always tradition here at the Bordy circuit, it's 6 laps, a long way to go. And look at that, my finishing mark is now saying to me he's only got 4 fingers and 1 thumb. How's he going to count 6? Now look, oh you can borrow his thumb though, he's not really borrow his thumb, alright. They put the suit on them, they automatically become a clown, don't they? So as I know I quite often say that when you look at the lineup of the calibre that we've got going in this consolation final, this could easily be a top final that's gracing any big national meeting at all in the country. The lineup includes Glenn Cunningham, Bernd Dana from Germany, Tony Suarez, Jason Handley, ZNX Schneiderwine. Also coming to the line, John Underwood, Tommy Palmer and Bernd Werner. Well, indeed, is that perhaps the first full start we've had this afternoon? The red flags are quickly out, the riders will be brought back to restart. And unfortunately Anthony Suarez is left on the line. Was he sitting in neutral, I wonder? Well, they get underway as the then will be stopped as they come to a hold down by me. The top riders on the far side. I believe one rider went down, the other rider went over the top of his machinery, so we'll have to call them back for a restart. Had a lot of work to do to try and catch them, but they're all back on even par. No. the best of the start. Tommy Palmer is right there with him. Well, as they go round that first bend, it is Brent Werner has got the lead. Brent Werner in second. Dead Max Schneiderwine with the rider in third. Is forcing Brent Werner around that bottom turn. They will come together. To that second spot, and it's Glenn Cunningham that's on the inside in those black letters. Glenn at the moment sitting in fourth, quite easily be second on the back. The last lap down for Anthony Barr, which goes past us this time. Anthony Barr leading from Brenneck in second place, from Brent Werner in third. Glenn Cunningham underneath him in fourth place at the moment, with Zoe Van third place. Disappointed he's not in the A final, but he wins the consolation final. Brought home in second by Brent Werner, and third place I think on the line was ZMX Schneider. But we'll confirm that when we got the official result. So as Tommy Palmer just pushes over the line and gets to sixth place, let's give you the official result. It's a win for rider number 19, Anthony Suave. In second place, number 18, ZNX Schneiderwine. In third place, number 11, Glenn Cunningham. In fourth place, number 10, Brent Werner. In fifth place, number 23, Jason Handley. Sixth place, number 21, Tommy Palmer. And the winning time, 124.40, 124.40, 63.57, the average speed. So 124.40, 63.57. We now move to the sidecar consolation final, and the list should include number 93, Andy Simons and Sean Yates, number 1, Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds, number 11, Kenny Hamill and John Richards, 13, John Halsey and Jason Benny, 25, Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey, and number 184, John Hiscock and Jason Gill. All away they go, John Hiscock reverted to his Speedway machine by the look of it. Not good for him on the start, but we'll watch to see how he goes to try and catch the build up on the way. With the lead, Craig Cheatham in second, Colin Blackburn in third at the moment, Kenny Hamill and John Richards fighting with Andy Simons and Sean Yates, and John Hiscock after that disastrous start. They weren't in the A final this afternoon. They can only go out and do the best they can by winning the B final. Colin Blackburn starting to close in that third position, up on second. Craig Cheatham still with that. He comes back at him again, underneath him, gets into fourth place. And I was kind of hoping that Colin Blackburn would have been closer to Craig Cheatham. Final. The best they can do is go out and win in style. They take it. Good ride from Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds for finishing second. Colin Blackburn and Martin Bailey crossing the line in third. There's a win for outfit number 13. That's John Halsey and Jason West. In second place, number 1 is Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds. In In third place is number 25, Colin Blackmore and Martin Bailey. Fourth place, number 93, Andy Simons and Sean Yates. In fifth place, number 11, Kenny Hamill and John Richards. And in sixth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Jason Gill. 131.14 was the time, 58.89 the average speed. For this solo grand final, and I've not heard to the contrary. I expect this one to be over 6 laps, as is always with the Bonfire Burnup. A title that they all want to win. It's been won 4 times by Steve Schofield. It's been won twice by Simon Cross, Mark Loram, Jeremy Doncaster and Kelvin Tatum. We've never before seen the fantastic rider Gerd Riss from Germany riding in the Bonfire Burnup. This is his first visit to the Tunbridge track. He said this morning that he enjoyed the track in practice. He's gone out and got to the final with 4 wins. Can anybody stop him? Coming to the line then is number 1, Gerd Riss. Number 5, Paul Hurry. 17 is Joe Screen. 3 is Steve Schofield. 20, Herbert Rudolph. Number 2 is Jason Crump. Number 4, Matthias Kruger. And number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. What a sensational lineup for the 1999 Bonfire Burnup. The top point scorers get first choice of gate. Gerd Riss, I noticed, took this outside gate. Now, is the tactic going to be that everybody else will bunch on the first bend? He rides the boards round the outside in all the built up loose. We've seen it work 2 or 3 times for different riders this afternoon. I'm sure that's going to be Gerd Riss's tactic. Paul Hurry has chosen a line right alongside him. Steve Schofield has taken a successful grid in the middle. That's where there's been some quick starts this afternoon. Away they go. Jason Crump has made a good one. Gerd Riss on the outside. Jeremy Doncaster's in there as well. As riding together as they go into that first turn. And indeed the red flag is up very away. Gerd Riss has got himself to the front. He'll see the red flag as he comes round to us. Oh, we quickly look to see who those riders are that have fallen on that bottom bend. Well, I can only remind you and ask you all once again, please leave it to the officials on the circuit. We don't need anybody else on the circuit at all. As soon as the riders are able to come back for the restart, we will have them back on the start line. Unfortunately, one of the riders has suffered concerning injuries. So if you can bear with us, obviously you can see that they are marking out an area where the ambulance can land. Now, I know that many of you that follow Grasstrack over the years have sadly realised that, yes, we do suffer situations like this occasionally. If you could please just bear with us, obviously, as soon as the air ambulance can be mustered and be here, it surely will be, and depending on the condition of what rate of light we're losing, we will have to make a decision whether we can continue. But please bear with us. It's very, very disappointing for obviously everybody involved in the situation here, but as you always know, that we do take the riders' safety as the utmost priority.
riders out there to be able to continue racing this afternoon. So as tragically we send all our best wishes, hopefully with that ambulance just disappearing off the circuit for Steve Schofield. Right, now the reason I want to cast your memory back to the British Masters is that what the ACU do in their wisdom is organise a presentation day in January, I believe, Tony? In January it is. Now, if you didn't know, I can now let you know the news that some promoter over in New Zealand has decided that he wants a world championship to be contested in the world of sidecar speedway racing. Now our British champion, as I'm going to remind you of again, is John Halsey and Jason Glennie. They wanted him and Jason to go over to New Zealand, and would you believe it's in January. So, we can't move the ACU presentation. I don't think John would not go to Australia just to receive an ACU Cup or something. So, we've cut a long story short and said, right, we're going to present the British Masters trophies to John Halsey and Jason Glennie, the winners of the British Masters this year. Kelvin's here ready to give the trophies to him. Tony's here from the ACU. So, all we need now, the winners of the British Masters this year, 1999, it is, of course, John Halsey and Jason Glennie. Yeah. Let me get out of your way.
Everybody move round, Calvin. Nice smile, Tony.
Brilliant. Well, indeed, to show your applause, because John, you're not going to rush off that quickly, because I'll just let everybody know that you're off to New Zealand for this Champion of Champions race thing, but trip of a lifetime, yeah?
Yeah, something we can't refuse, really. Yeah, we're taking the wife and the children, and Jason's doing the same, so we've got 9 races out there, so we'll just give it our best shot and see what happens, really. We don't really know what's going to happen over there, because I think it's clay or something like that, and it's long tracks, so it's still new to us, so we'll give it a go.
Well, indeed, give it a go. I'm sure that everybody here this afternoon will say the very best of wishes go with you. Let's hope you can do it all over them. Thanks, John. Yes.
It's really important to get Ray because he's got the 7 o'clock ferry to catch now, but Ray's got his licence before.
Yeah. Right, as happens, they're putting me under pressure again. Come on, Jim, people have got ferries to catch and things like that. Very anxious looking German down here, wants to get on the 7:15 ferry. Right, we better get on with the presentations then of the solo competition. Now, I don't know if third place finisher is going to join us, but we'll try and get this underway as quick as we can. Obviously not the way we wanted to finish the meeting at all, but I think you'll agree that on the riding you saw during the heats, some very, very hard riding this afternoon. The track was in absolutely superb condition, finishing in third place overall by the highest points that we get them into the final. It is, of course, number 17, Joe Screen. Now, I was hoping we could take the applause, but somebody did say to me as I was walking up here that unfortunately Joe was involved in that tumble, and we wish him all the very best, but he's certainly not 100% at the moment. We move on then to second place, and one rider that I'm sure was tipped to perhaps win the title this afternoon, take the burn-up. He's had a great season. We know that he's getting better and better at his speedway. We love him to race on these sort of circuits. It is the flying Paul Harry! And you anxiously wait to see where he's going to come from, but he does appear. Well, come on, and Lindy, let's give a round of applause for Paul Harry while the photographs are taken. And as so many of you have hung on, I want to have a quick word with Paul. Paul, fantastic race surface.
Yeah, it's good, but I'm just a bit, maybe I should be quite happy to be up here in second place. I've never been here before. But yeah, I think everyone's a bit gutted for Sco. When you've got someone like that gets hurt so badly, it does put a bit of a down on it and a bit of a crap end to a season.
Well, indeed, Paul, I mean, I think you're summing up exactly what's racing through my mind at the moment. It's not the way we want to finish, but I think if I can track back to what happened earlier on in the day, I mean, there was some extremely hard races, wasn't there?
Yeah, when you've got a field like that and such a good racetrack, everyone's out and you've all got your racing helmets on. So yeah, it's going to be very tough when you've got a line up like that. But unfortunately, things like this do happen, and everyone knows that when you go out onto a track like that, things could happen. So yeah, it's just tragic that something like that happens. But I think in all, it's been a good day's racing, and look forward to next season.
Well, indeed, look forward to next season. And indeed, second place this afternoon, Paul Hurry. Right, it means that that man that wants to catch the ferry quickly, we've got to call him up. Well, he has a title of being world champion. I think he showed all of you this afternoon exactly why he's world champion. He's won the Bonfire Burn-up at his very first visit. It is, of course, Gerd Riss. That's it, why not? Let's have a few more rounds of applause while the photographs are taken. And no, this is not where I break into German, because this man speaks extremely good English, I hope. If I can stand up in here, sorry Paul. Right, let's move up, because Gerd, you are world number one. I know when I spoke to you this morning I said it's a real big title to defend, and obviously the first time here at Tunbridge. My first question has got to be, what do you think of this fantastic circuit?
Yeah, it is a real fantastic circus. The track was in 100% condition today. It was very nice to ride. I'm sorry about the crash in the final, and I wish the injured rider all the best. For me it was a good day. I made all my heats. In the final heat I made the start, but sorry about the crash, but I'm the winner today.
Well, you are indeed the winner, Gerd, and of course you are the world number one. The big question is, when the invitations are out for next year, are we likely to see you back over here?
Yeah, I think so. I enjoyed it today. Thank you to the club. It was a nice day for me. I have good remembers, and I think I come next year again.
Well, that's indeed good news for me, but for this afternoon it is number one on top of the rostrum, world champion Gerd Riss. So indeed, let's give them one more round of applause as they disappear, because I'm sure that bottle's going to be opened in a few seconds. Right then, let's have the 1, 2, 3 that we've had up here this afternoon. In third it was Joe Screen, in second Paul Hurry, but our winner, Gerd Riss. Right, we rapidly move on to the sidecars, and if I can check my notes so I make sure I got this absolutely right. Obviously what they've done is work it out on the points, and I think when we looked at that final qualification, it really was so close on who was going to get what. Nobody could really predict who was going to win the final. But if I start with third place, then you remember at the start of the day we had reserves. There was chopping and changing in the first heats, the second heats. Where are the reserves going? Whose places are they taken? Well, one man that came in as reserve, he's now ended up in third place overall. Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall.
Yes, well done. Good job. Put that over there. Another one. Thank you, Chef. Good job. Good stuff. There's a couple of bottles here. Maybe you'll pop up, or you'll maybe go around with it. Are you going to do photographs?
There, I'll get that other trophy he's got in his hand in there. Yes.
Okay.
Come on. Hey, look at the camera here. Oh, you've got one there as well.
Is that projecting the image of a family sport? Well, Ivor, now I just mentioned that John's off to New Zealand, but is it still on that you're off to Australia?
I hope so. We paid for the tickets, 14th of Jan, so yeah, definitely.
Paid for the tickets, so definitely going. But this afternoon, obviously, as you've heard mentioned earlier, disappointing that it finishes in this way. You perhaps could have been in with a chance in the final, but pleased, I'm sure, as coming here as reserve, you've ended up in third place.
Yeah, I think any of the six of us on the line would have had a chance, to be honest. I don't think you could have predicted it. 3 rides and to end up third, I don't think If you'd said that this morning, I'd have said no, that won't happen. So there you go. I can't complain at all. No.
Well, no complaints in that region. So of course, third place too, Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall. Well, I must admit, it does give me pleasure to say that I'm calling up on to second place a crew that have really been competing in this sport for a very, very long time. They're always there and thereabouts, but he always smiles and says to me, Jim, I'm never quite there, am I? Well, he is this afternoon. He's finishing in second place, and who knows, he could have won it. It is, of course, Dave Steer and Rob Sharrocks. Well done, matey.
Oh no, that's how we always do. Congratulations.
Rob, the other side of him. Yeah, other side. Yeah, try not to knock him about. Look, he hasn't got his crutches with him at the moment. Hey, you're supposed to face the camera, Rob. Right, and you're not going to escape, Dave, because I do want a quick word with you, and yeah, why not a round of applause? Second place this afternoon, Dave Steer and Rob Sharrocks. And Dave, I said quite cheekily there, you could have perhaps won this final if it had been run, but pleased to be there, I'm sure.
We are. Ivor reckons he would have won it, but I don't think so. I had other ideas about that.
You had ideas about it, but obviously on your performance today, it's fast out there, isn't it? And obviously, great performance.
It was absolutely an excellent track. We struggled the last few meetings with the engine not running right, and it was something very, very simple, and it's right now.
Go on, I've got to ask, something simple.
I'm not going to say, am I? At least we had a sump plug in anyway.
And if you don't know what that's all about, you might remember that he lost a sump plug earlier and blew an engine completely, but always there and thereabouts, aren't you?
We are, and I'd like to say a very good, nice thank you to all the team who stuck by us this year and done so much work. Thank you very much.
Well done indeed. Second place this afternoon to Dave Steer and Rob Sharrocks. Well, we got second and third. We need first place, and what can I say? The end of a season, the end of an era. Because I'm going to call them up here anyway, because they've won the Bonfire Burnup. But what a way to go out! I should have earlier on given out an advert for a few wheels he's got left, because sadly this guy is leaving our sport. The Kevlars that Graham's wearing are for sale, so he's got a better advert than ever this afternoon. If you know anybody who wants them, they're up for sale. Sadly they're leaving the sport, but what a way to leave it. They've gone out as winners of the Bonfire Burnup 1999. It's Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby.
Anyway, Tim, he got my
Hey?
You told me you was going to get him?
Yeah.
We've got that side. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to be eating the sandwich. I was frightened, he's going to get covered.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute. Are you ready to run this year?
Right, and of course I've got to say we want that round of applause as they make their way up there to the number one spot. See, Mark knows where he's going. That's it, come down to my level, Mark, because I've got to have a quick word. And the first question is, because I didn't do a very good job earlier on this morning and trying to find out who's doing what with what and all the rest of it, that wasn't your outfit, was it?
No, the only thing I came here today, even transport to get here, well, I had my own engine and that was it. I've borrowed leathers, borrowed a bike, borrowed a passenger, so we ain't done bad really.
You haven't done bad really, you've ended up winning the Bonfire Burnup.
Yeah, sadly it's just, finished like this. We'd like to go out and done it properly, but still we had fastest time as well, I think, so it's extra 60 quid.
You did have the fastest time of the day, I forgot to mention that. Yes, an extra 60 quid, so a good day all round.
Yeah, I can afford to go home now.
Well, I don't know what to say really, Mark, because obviously it's going to be a great disappointment to all this crowd out here, but is there a chance that you may return to Grasstrack Sidecar Racing?
Pardon?
Oh, you're supposed to listen when I'm talking to you. Is there a chance that, although you're going road racing and having a bit of a go at that, I know you've had it kart racing and all the rest of it, but any chance that you may come back to us one day?
You never know, do you?
You never know, so we can keep our fingers crossed. The winners this afternoon, let's give you the 1, 2, 3, as I will get out of the way, because we've got in third place Ivan Matthews and Simon Wall. In second, Dave Steer and Rob Sharax. But the winners this afternoon, Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby. Oh shit. So, as the boys have their games, it only remains for me to say that I hope you did enjoy the racing this afternoon. Track in absolutely superb condition. Well, why not? A round of applause for the club who've done so well this afternoon. There is the fireworks still to come. The beer tent is to my left. That's exactly where I'm going in a very few moments. I hope you've enjoyed the racing this afternoon. That is, unfortunately, the end of the 1999 season. We can only now look forward to see what's going to happen in our sport in the year 2000. From me, have a very safe journey home, all of you. I hope we're going to see you for a chat and a pint before we all disappear. But for me now, it's time to close down and disappear and wish you a very safe journey, a very happy millennium, and a Merry Christmas to you all, because that's coming up as well, isn't it? All will be revealed in a few moments as the tapes go up and we get underway for the first time. It is Jason Crump has made the best of the start. Crumpy goes wide into that first bend and he's gone very wide. Gerd Riss all really out of turn. On the inside and tries to take the lead, but Albert comes back at him. He's been forced to go wide and Gerd Riss now takes the lead and he goes up the back straight.
I think it's one of the best grass burn where I ever ride it.
Away they go, and it is Donkey that's made the best of the start. But poor Harry, well, all that has been going on has got away from them. All the way to stop Joe Green coming through, but Joe is very determined to go second. Now they get underway for the first time. Mark Edwards has made a good start from the outside. Andy Simon's trying to work his way through. John Hiscock has got up in the second. Way to go, but he's certainly going to have a go. Doncaster takes the win. Dave Steer with a very close second. Close in that top bit. Now Mark Edwards has been caught at the gate and you've got Gary Jackson in the lead at the moment. The checkered flag. Richard Thomas has found a gap on the inside. It's going to be close to the line. They get underway and as they go into that first one. Well, John Halsey thought it was going to be the race was stopped. He goes to the outside line. Can't afford to make any errors. Joe's leading very close to him.
So I think it could be anyone's day. There's a lot of good riders here and yeah, it's going to be tough.
That's where it takes, and as they get underway, Riss has made the best Jason Glenn even eased out as they go into that top end. Torres is starting to come back and Gary Jackson turns it sideways. Torres is starting to come back and Gary Jackson turns it sideways. And at the moment, Mark Edwards into this bottom turn, no. Well, they've all gone very, very wide with Blue together as they go into that bottom turn, and Mixoa has got the lead. They've done it. They've gone very, very wide on that bottom turn, and Mark Edwards comes back at them. There's the checkered flag. They stood just, I think, hung on to second. And it is indeed Riss for the front, but Joe Squeedy comes back to it. Oh, he's got Dave Steele on the inside, who knows I'll say that. He has got the best go round that top there, he's going one day. Well, they get underway as the final. Best they can do is go out and win in style. They take it. Away they go. Jason Crump has made a good one. Gerd Riss on the outside. Jeremy Doncaster's in there as well as riding together as they go into that first turn.
Number one on top of the rostrum, world champion Gerd Riss. Winners this afternoon, Mark Edwards and Graham Ashby.